What up, world? It's your boy Jaystar back again with the full strategy showdown, man, for Thursday night, man. So looks like we got all the updates now for this week, man. We was waiting for trades and things like that. But nothing really big happened for this game. Nobody was able to get Brandon Cooks from Houston, probably because they wanted too much for him and things like that. But so he's still on the team and everything. So we can get into this. Looks like the only person that's gonna be out is Nico Collins. Says he's ruled out for Thursday. So it's going to put in play Philip Dorsett and as well as who is it? Dorsett and Chris Moore, right? Which where is he at? Is he up higher than that? Yeah, Chris Moore. Okay, so it's gonna put all those people in play. But as I always do, I go over defensive schemes and how each team is supposed to be able to attack it. Just in case, if you do want to roll out with some Texans lineups as if they're winning, you kind of know how to set that up. But let's get right into it. So both of these teams run a 4-3 defense. So both of these teams would need to set up the run, to end up setting up a deep play, like a play action type play or something like that when they get a one-on-one matchup with their receivers out wide. So we already know though Houston is so bad against the run. So it's gonna be between Sanders and Jalen Hurts since they both kind of run the ball. And then goal line Jalen Hurts can take in some touchdowns. Like I told y'all before too, he's from Texas too, so might be one to show up big in front of his family or something like that that could be at this game and stuff like that. So definitely he's gonna be in play to be a captain here. Of course, we're gonna have to save Miles Sanders because of how bad the Texans are against the run. Like I said, if they end up setting up the run, perfectly and everything like that, it's gonna set up the big plays for these receivers. So we know Smith and AJ Brown could definitely get there to be captain from that alone, as well as like I said before, is that the defense is going to be in play, but they're very high, which for good reason too. I mean, but all these probably be the plays for captain. When it comes to flex options, I'm gonna go ahead and just take at least Hurst out of here because Miles Sanders definitely still gonna be in play for a flex option as long as he's gonna get some run attempts. This team is just that bad that even with I would say like 15 to 12 attempts, he can go for 100 yards and a touchdown or something like that. I want to say, let me see, who else would I say though is in play because I know they don't really use who is it like Zach Pascal and stuff like that. Even though he's just coming off a touchdown and things, but you seen before he wasn't even used at all. Let's see, Scott. I don't even know if he's been being used. Was he used last game? Man, what's so scary though about this game is that the Texans are just so bad against the run that somebody like Scott, even with like 7 carries, could break a big one or something. And then you'd be pissed off that you took Sanders or something like that's the thing. But so I kind of almost want to put him in there just because of that. And let's see, Quez Watkins, he hasn't been used either as of lately. But yeah, so if it probably was anybody else, like I said, it would probably, my bad, I do got to put the tight end and Dallas Goedert in there too as well because we know he's a part of the offensive scheme and things. And like I said, the last person I think, like if I wasn't taking a kicker, of course, then definitely I would like Zach is cool and everything, but I almost would kind of lean more to Boston Scott instead for the last flex option here. And I don't think I want anybody below that, at least for the Eagles wise. But on the other side here, if I had to say for captain on this side of the field, it would have to be, let's see, go back up to the top here. Damian Pierce, of course, because they are at home, leaning to the home back and everything. Maybe they try to keep the Eagles off the field as as much as possible because it feels like they more than likely probably get scored on. And we know how the Eagles kind of turn up, in the second quarter as their biggest quarter of scoring. So I know they're gonna try to definitely run the ball a lot. Man, it's just so hard to say Cooks. He just hasn't been. It feels like the targets are just so low, man. Like it's so hard to say he can be a captain here. I'm like, it's like it feels like it's just Pierce. But like I say, if they are able to set up the run and eventually it could set up the big play receiver, and it could be also, let's see, because they got Philip Dorsett, which I know, let's see, just last week. Why is it not? What the mess going on? Okay. We got 5 targets, 3 targets before that, and a touchdown. And then I'm trying to see Chris Moore. He's way higher. Wow. He had 0 targets. That's crazy. Yeah, it's almost like a Damian Pierce and like nobody else, because they're tight ends, man. This is where it's gonna be hard. Is because they just random with these tight ends, like 3 targets, 5 targets. You go to Atkins and he got 2, 4, 2. You know, like I feel like the best 2 though is Brevin Jordan and Atkins. But that, I mean, I say that, and then who knows? Like randomly, it'd be OJ Howard or something like that getting a touchdown or something for them in this game. So, like I say, you gotta pick like almost each one of these tight ends. If you get down here or something like that in your lineups, I would just take all of them. But take a shot at all of them because you really don't know which one is it gonna be. So like I said, this Damian Pierce is all I can really think of. Best play to say captain on this side if you wanted to run that way. Davis Mills, let's see, how's he been doing though? 29, 41 attempts. Yeah, Raiders are really bad at giving up fantasy points to quarterbacks. Man, yeah, this is just gonna be so bad because it's like, man, he's not even like, okay, I know who probably is in play. My bad, as a flex option. Besides, like, of course, if we say Cooks, if we say what I want to say, like I told y'all, all 3 of the tight ends, but Chris Moore. Let's get all these tight ends. I mean, let me see. So, Brevin Jordan, Atkins. I think these are the best 2. And then like I said, but it could randomly be OJ Howard. I want to also say, who was it I was thinking about? Oh, where is he at? Like, man, how? Oh, Burkhead. Because they kind of use him more just like straight passing. And I feel like when they get down, like how, like right here, they got down big. He had 5 receptions. It was down big here, 5 receptions. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you think they're gonna be down big, it's like Burkhead is gonna be the plate in. They probably won't be going to Damian Pierce as much. It's like, I know that I did see though they do use him though for some targets here, which is good to see. So it just, like, man, it's so hard. Like, I mean, they do go to him. So, I mean, you can still roll with Damian Pierce at least, because at least since they are going to him in the targets and stuff like that, and he's rushing too, he got a chance to at least get you 10 or something, 15 points. It's just going to be a tough game, man. Tough game for Houston. When I go over the fantasy points for each team, let me see what we got here. So, we got Eagles giving up 11.9 to quarterbacks. Running backs, they're giving up 23 fantasy points. And at receiver, they're giving up 31 total fantasy points, and tight end they're giving up 11. So, and then for the Texans, they're giving up 13 points to quarterback, which is funny. I just feel like everybody just runs on them. That's why. And then at running back is 35 points. So that's crazy high. I believe it's first in the league too for fantasy points. And then at receiver is 29, and at tight end is 10 points. So let's see. With all those notes there, I mean, we know it's supposed to be Miles Sanders. Like, it's supposed to be Miles Sanders captain, but I think I'm going to just roll with the Eagles defense here. And I think since the highest amount of points that I feel like is easiest to get to is tight end. And I'm just like, is it Brevin Jordan, 4-4-4? Perfect. Yeah. I'm going to just roll with Brevin Jordan here already. And then I'm like, gotta just take. Let me see. I wonder, like, man, I can't. Yeah, I cannot take Jalen Hurts because I'm just like the rushing ability is probably he gets there just alone from that being that this team is just bad against the rush. I'm just wondering, do I need to be trying to get both receivers or should I just be taking one receiver here? AJ Brown's coming off a huge game, and I just want to see that. Devontae Smith get his target still? Well, he still had good targets there. I feel like Devontae Smith would have the easier matchup here. And so that leaves me with 80. Okay, this ain't bad. Then I got a choice. This is perfect to me. Like, I got a choice to take Brandon Cooks, with the amount of targets. Maybe he still, does something good and give me like randomly, 15 fantasy points or something like that, right? And if not, I like that I can get Dallas Goedert. Also roll with, let's see, Chris Moore. Yep. Gainwell. How's he been doing? He hasn't done anything, so I probably wouldn't be rolling with Gainwell. Elliott with the kicking, they score a lot of touchdowns, so it's kind of hard to want to take that kicker. I would probably go with the opposite side here, and maybe they're kicking actual field goals with Fairbairn. Yeah, so he has like 10, 11 higher points here, so I would probably go here. So if I thought it was gonna be a 4v2 type of lineup here, then I would probably just toss in a kicker, really. But at the same time, I could take one of those receivers, like I said at the top. I got Chris Moore. I got, who else was it I'm missing? Oh, Dorsett. Yeah, I could roll with like Dorsett. Dorsett's been doing, I thought, pretty good, right? Or at least the game before he did. In this next game, I don't know what happened here. He had 5 targets, didn't catch but 1. Feel like something like this though, leaving a lot of money, like I keep telling y'all, like, just gotta leave a lot of money, man. Lately I just been noticing people just been winning big by winning, leaving a lot of money on the table. But if I think this is gonna be a 4v2 at all, I could probably toss in something like this and leave that much money on the table. Shoot, at the same time, real talk, man, like I said, with their tight end situation going on here, I might have to toss in 2 tight ends or something because it's just so random with their tight ends. You never know, and they might be using both of them more than trying to go to receivers because the cornerbacks are just so good on this team. And like I said, was I even able to, I think he's too much, huh? With this lineup. No, I could get Burkhead too. So I could go to Burkhead, which is cool too. Because I would probably rather take a dump, trying to dump it off to the running back type of situation here. But that's probably it, man, for this full strategy lineup, man. Like I said, I really feel like this is probably going to be one of the first 5v1 lineups that we've had in a showdown, because I don't even know if we had one for like a minute, at least if we did, but it feels like most of them have been 4v2s. So everybody's doing the same thing with the 4v2. This will probably be the first time it'll be a 5v1, and a lot of people, I want to say people, it's usually sometimes there's less ties in a 5v1, but being that this one is going to be, it's kind of obvious. I kind of feel like it probably will be tied, but maybe not, just because so many people have been so used to the 4v2s. We kind of had a few 3v3s, but yeah, this one is kind of super obvious, like a 5v1. But if you decide to take one of these higher up, captains, right here, like a Sanders or a Jalen Hurts, and trying to get a 5v1, is probably going to make your lineup look a lot different. And it might be the way to really win it all, like, because I'm sure everybody's going to have Eagles defense at captain. But it's your boy Jaystar, man. I hope y'all enjoyed that. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Make sure y'all go follow the Twitter that's in the description, man. And I'm out. Peace.